Ghost Stories of an Antiquary, Volume 1, by M.R. James. Recording by John Stanbridge. Author's Preface. If anyone is curious about my local settings, let it be recorded that St. Bertrand de Comminges and Viborg are real places, that in O Whistle and I'll Come to You, I had Felixstowe in mind. As for the fragments of ostensible erudition which are scattered about my pages, hardly anything in them is not pure invention. There never was, naturally, any such book as that which I quote in The Treasure of Abbot Thomas. Canon Alberic's scrap-book was written in 1894, and printed soon after in the National Review. Lost Hearts appeared in the Pall Mall magazine. Of the next 5 stories, most of which were read to friends at Christmas time at King's College, Cambridge, I only recollect that I wrote number 13 in 1899, while The Treasure of Abbot Thomas was composed in the summer of 1904. M.R. James. End of Preface. Ghost Stories of an Antiquary, Volume 1, by M.R. James. Canon Alberic's Scrap-Book. St. Bertrand de Comminges is a decayed town on the spurs of the Pyrenees, not very far from Toulouse, and still nearer to Bagnères de Luchon. It was the site of a bishopric until the Revolution, and has a cathedral which is visited by a certain number of tourists. In the spring of 1883, an Englishman arrived at this old-world place. I can hardly dignify it with the name of city, for there are not 1,000 inhabitants. He was a Cambridge man, who had come specially from Toulouse to see St. Bertrand's church, and had left 2 friends, who were less keen archaeologists than himself, in their hotel at Toulouse, under promise to join him on the following morning. Half an hour at the church would satisfy them, and all 3 could then pursue their journey in the direction of Auch. But our Englishman had come early on the day in question, and proposed to himself to fill a notebook, and to use several dozens of plates in the process of describing and photographing every corner of the wonderful church that dominates the little hill of Comminges. In order to carry out this design satisfactorily, it was necessary to monopolize the verger of the church for the day. The verger, or sacristan, I prefer the latter appellation, inaccurate as it may be, was accordingly sent for by the somewhat brusque lady who keeps the inn of the Chapeau.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?